Miles Morales PS5 is coming out soon, so I feel like now's a good time to talk about how Insomniac represents New York in this small series of games. I'm a native New Yorker. I've lived in New York my whole life, so I'm really invested in how New York is represented in games. And I don't want these games to turn out like The Division, where it's like just New York as like a backdrop for whatever nonsense is going on there. And it already isn't that, just to be clear. I just think that Insomniac could really do a lot to double down on the New York vibe. So in this video, we're going to talk about what Insomniac could do to make New York feel more like New York beyond a graphical level. Let's take a look. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the snow in Miles Morales PS5, because the snow looks too good. That's my actual problem with the snow in this game, because the snow looks like fucking movie snow. It didn't look like New York snow. You know what New York snow looks like? Pull up a picture, myself. I'll show you. New York snow looks like this. Don't let anybody fool you with their fucking Party City snow. Actual New York snow runs in native 240p. Like you would have to go back 2 console generations to make snow that would look believable to me. I wish I could show you an on-screen representation of how the snow would look if I replaced the snow in Miles Morales with the snow that I'm thinking of. But I don't have a graphical team that specializes in downgrading because I don't work for Ubisoft. The point I'm trying to make about the snow is that New York snow is supposed to be brown. Okay? It's supposed to be brown. The moment it hits the ground, it's not white anymore. The moment it touches the ground. New York City snow is either brown, yellow, or it's still in the air. It comes pre-shitted on. Look at the snow here. Look at it. On the staircase. The snow has fallen from the sky, landed on the soils of New York City, and it's still white. But the snow in Miles Morales PS5, on the other hand, is too pure and white and virgin energy-y. It looks like they imported it from Iceland or Greenland or Donkey Kong Country, somewhere where the snow is impossibly nice. I don't think that the snow in a fictional New York City should look like Macaulay Culkin's face. I'm just gonna be real. It needs to be more disgusting, like Macaulay Culkin's face now. So my second criticism has to do with the use of profanity in Insomniac New York City. Now I'm gonna get out of this and say, I get it, it's a game, and it has to appeal to kids and all that, but kids hear profanity all the time. Ask any group home. But whatever, let me just go ahead before I get arrested for saying mean stuff. Spider-Man, in his universe, wears a skin-tight leotard and does gymnastics in public in a famously judgmental city, right? And there is a not insignificant group of people that hate him and everything he stands for. With that in mind, why has no one ever called Spider-Man a bitch? No one's called him a bitch. That is one of the most New York things you could call. No one calls him a bitch. No one calls him a fucking jackass. Nothing like that. He just swings, does things that they consider, that they actively beat their children for doing, some of them. And they think he's responsible for the presence of superpowered zoo animals in their fine city. And no one curses him out. This is what a Spider-Man swinging by should look like in real life.
Coming through.
Looking good.
Bitch.
Hello, New York. stole that guy's
bitch. This leads me to my final point. Spider-Man should be able to fight the people he saves. Now you might be wondering, why would Spider-Man fight the people he saves? And this is a stupid question because the people he saves are statistically assholes. So why wouldn't he fight them? There's gotta be a good segment of the New York population that, if they were saved by Spider-Man, would want to throw down. Because from their perspective, it's like, who the fuck are you? I had that. I could have saved myself. Right? Like, let's say you're about to get beat up by a mafia, and just the whole mafia showed up. They had free time after work. And then they were about to beat you up, and then Spider-Man saved you in front of, like, your girlfriend. Now you look bad because you didn't even get murdered. So you don't have that get out of jail free card. And now you look bad in front of your girlfriend because Spider-Man saved you. And you're a chauvinist. So what are you going to do? You're going to fight Spider-Man, right? And then that's how we get scenes like this.
What are you doing here?
Oh, we got a fighter.
Don't take my J's. Oh no, multiplayer.
You just made your last mistake, punk. What the?
Leslie, no.
You hurt? You're Spider-Man. You're the
Fuck you.
Spider-Man. And a few other choice adjectives Jameson uses. Look, that was really brave. But next time...
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, but that's easy for you to say.
You're a wall crawling bitch.
All right, put him up. Seriously? Yeah, come on. Okay, I can... Oh, sh...
Okay, so now that we've established that Spider-Man would be objectively better if he could beat up the people he saves, let's imagine what the ideal Spider-Man would then look like, because I actually want to give recommendations for this game as opposed to just, complaining about it. So, what would the ideal Spider-Man look like? And luckily, because Marvel is a multiverse, and real life is also a multiverse, we do have a universe on hand that shows us Spider-Man in his perfect form. So, just for some context, the Spider-Man we're about to see is Spider-Man if he was a real New Yorker. This is from a neighboring reality, so it's not too far out. So let's take a look. We're going to do a play-by-play. Just for some context, though, if you want to know how what's about to happen happens, basically, Spider-Man is accusing a guy of calling him a terrorist because he's Muslim. So already this battle is a big step forward for representation in Spider-Man throughout the multiverse. So I'm happy about that. But just if you want to know how we got to where we are in this story, this is Spider-Man standing up to Islamophobic injustice.
Hold this, man. Hold this. Do it one more time.
What are you doing, bro?
Prove this. When I knock you down, I have no problem.
So Spider-Man in this universe has a couple things. Let's just pull over for a second. One, cake, perfect. In every universe, Spider-Man should have cake. Whoever's the god of this universe clearly did a good job. Secondly, another point about Pakistani Peter Parker. He always has, this is a genetic mutation, I guess. I don't know what this universe is like. He always has a web coming out of his right hand. Now, I don't know if that means he can't shoot any more webs, or he just lets it drip off afterwards. Like he doesn't wipe. Okay, he's asserting his dominance. He's using the web. Okay. He's moving forward. He's flexing. He's telling him the truth. He's telling him what he needs to know. Oh, what? Spider-Verse! Oh my god. There's another Spider-Man in this? They have the technology in this universe to bring in spider people from other dimensions and their backpacks? That's crazy. There must be a lot of crime in this Times Square to need two Spider-Men working it at the same shift. Dang, Spider-Man's leaning over his shoulder now. He's telling him the real shit? Okay. Oh no, he unleashed the web. What's gonna happen next? Okay, it seems like they're talking it out. Is this... Will we move forward? He flicked the web. No. Spiders in this universe are much more territorial than spiders in our universe. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead just now, but just to recap, Spider-Man just told, I guess, Luke Cage that he's a stupid idiot for calling him a terrorist, which is true and fair, but that's the context we need for what's about to happen next. Allahu Akbar, bitch! Oh. Dang, see, Spider-Man PS4 needs more grappling. He's not even using the web, that's how good he is at fighting. Oh shit. The people of New York are uniting. This is the longest QuickTime event in all of gaming. Look at the people of New York uniting behind him. It's like Spider-Man 1. They learned from Raimi. Okay, somebody's breaking it up now. It's fine, the city is still safe. This turf war is over. What? Spider-Man revealed his identity! And he's an Apple fan, apparently. Oh look, Iron Man was here the whole time too. You think Tony would have done something? He should have learned so much from defeating Thanos. And there they go again. Pakistani Peter Parker and Pakistani Peter Parker B. So what did we learn from watching that footage from another dimension? Besides nothing. We learned that Spider-Man can be a real New Yorker who is also an immigrant, who also likes to beat up minorities. Well, then they'll sort out that part in the development process. The next Spider-Man game is supposed to have Harry and do a plot with that. I suggest that they scrap that and do this plot instead, and also take some graphical notes. Notice in this version of reality, they scrap the snow entirely. There's no snow in this version of everything. The only thing that's missing is Spider-Man with Timbs, but Miles is wearing Timbs in the new game, so it'll be fine. Closing thoughts. That video was amazing. I'm glad I have access to alternate realities at any point, and I can enter the Marvel multiverse whenever I want. But that does it for this video. Leave a comment if you have any other suggestions for what Insomniac could do to make New York feel more realistic, besides editing the snow and adding more interracial violence. And otherwise, leave a like, and thanks for watching.